I used to believe that exhaustion was the tax of modern marriage. Long work days, errands, bills, the never-ending demands of adulthood. I told myself that's why Sarah always brushed me off at night. "Not tonight, babe. I'm tired," she'd murmur, rolling over, her back a cold wall between us. At first, I accepted it. I wanted to be understanding. But eventually, it began to gnaw at me, because somehow, she was never too tired when it came to shopping sprees. The first crack in the facade was subtle. A $400 charge at a boutique I didn't recognize. Then a string of dinner receipts from restaurants we'd never been to together. I convinced myself it was for her friends, maybe work lunches. Denial is easier than suspicion. It's softer on the heart. But then came the shoes. A glossy red pair sitting in the closet, still in the box. When I asked, she said, "Oh, I bought those on sale." She smiled quickly, too quickly, the way you do when you hope a lie sounds casual. My stomach turned, but I said nothing. For weeks, I lived in a fog of unease. I watched her phone light up late at night on the nightstand. The messages always flipped away before I could read them. She started dressing differently, too. More time in front of the mirror, more perfume, more nights saying she had work events. One Friday evening, she left for one of those supposed events. I sat in the quiet of our house, staring at the untouched dinner I'd made. Something inside me snapped. I picked up her laptop from the counter. My hands shook as I opened it. She'd never told me her password, but after 8 years of marriage, I knew her well enough. Her childhood dog's name, birth year. It clicked. The screen unlocked. Emails, receipts, hotel bookings under her name. And then messages. "Can't wait to see you again. Last night was incredible." He doesn't have a clue, does he? My chest tightened until it felt like I couldn't breathe. My wife, the woman I built my life around, was writing to another man. All the excuses, the cold nights, the overspending, it all slammed into me like a freight train. I didn't scream. I didn't confront her immediately. Instead, I sat there in silence, scrolling through every word, every receipt, every timestamp that confirmed the betrayal. A strange calm washed over me. Heartbreak, yes, but also clarity. She thought I was blind, too naive to piece it together. She was wrong. The next morning, she stumbled into the kitchen, hair damp from a shower, humming as if nothing was wrong. "Morning, babe," she said, kissing my cheek. I looked at her, really looked at her, and realized I didn't know this person anymore. "You're going out again tonight?" I asked evenly. "Yeah, just another office dinner. You know how it is." She smiled as she poured her coffee. I wanted to laugh, to scream, to smash the mug from her hand. Instead, I nodded. "Of course. You work so hard." That day, I made my move. I pulled the joint account details, printed out the hotel receipts, the messages, the photos she thought were hidden. I transferred half the savings into my own account, my half. Then I called a lawyer. When she came home that night, smelling faintly of cologne that wasn't mine, she walked into the living room to find me sitting with a folder in my lap. Her eyes flicked to it instantly. "What's that?" she asked, her voice tighter than usual. "Proof," I said quietly, "of everything." The color drained from her face. Don't. I cut her off. My voice was steady, almost eerily calm. "I gave you every chance. I gave you understanding. And you gave me lies." She sank in the chair opposite me, tears welling. But I didn't flinch. I had already cried all my tears the night before, alone in the glow of her laptop screen. "Please, it's not what you think. It's exactly what I think." I interrupted again. "You were too tired for me, Sarah, but never too tired to swipe my card, to dress up for him, to book hotels with our money. I deserve better than this." She reached for me, but I stood, leaving the folder on the table between us. "My lawyer will be in touch," I said, my voice cracking only once. That night, I walked out of the house with nothing but a duffel bag and my dignity. I left her with the lies she'd woven so tightly she nearly suffocated me in them. And for the first time in months, maybe years, I slept without wondering why my wife was always too tired. Because now I knew And now I was done.